Men are weak. Men are weak. Men are weak. That's a generalization. Not all men are weak, but most of them are. And maybe it's because I live here in Utah that my whole, perception of men are just very skewed and very disheartening. Men are weak. They want things so easily now, and I just excuse me. I don't get it. I really don't get how men can just forfeit their masculinity so easily now because of this whole feminine movement and this feminism and femininity movement, the Lena Dunhams of the world, the Gloria oh god, what's her last name? Gloria Steinems of the world, the who else? Whatever feminists that you want to, the Betty Friedens who are still, here and there. Like, it is insane to me how men can just forfeit thousands of years of dominance in the last few decades. Just forfeit it all. I mean, and I speak specifically about relationships and dating. I read of a time, and I'm not going to say all of this, but a lot of us have read the Jane Austen book, the Jane Austen novels. We've seen the, more recently, Nicholas Sparks, even though he doesn't have any people of color in his movies, but we're going to move on from that. But he, the Nicholas Sparks movies, we all saw The Notebook. I mean, we see these men in the movies still, the Disney movies. We see these men who go after women and, they work hard to go after these women. Now, I'm reading whole Facebook posts and blogs and watching, excuse me, I'm watching shows dedicated to men. There are forums of men saying, oh, well, I'm afraid to approach a woman because she might reject me. I'm afraid to approach a woman because of the whole feminist movement, and, and she's a lot stronger and she can, say whatever she wants to me, and I'll feel belittled, and I'll feel maligned, and I feel, not worthy and not enough. And just like hearing them talk, I'm like, you sound like a woman now. Like, it just, are you kidding me? You're a man, be a man, man up. And then these women are now having these movements, and of course, and men as well, have these movements of not calling men sissies, and not saying, don't be a pussy, and and not to say that men should hear that from other men or their mothers. I don't necessarily agree with that. But when I just feel like masculinity is in sharp decline. It's in very sharp decline. I don't even know what to do. And it's just, I was talking to this girl at work, and she said something very poignant. She said, I was telling her, oh gosh, dating here in Utah, because both of us, she's from Brazil, and I'm from, I'm African American, and if that's background, of course you guys saw my video. I like white guys, and I like all guys, but I prefer white guys. But we were just talking about this, and she's like, sweetness, it is easy now with the advent of Tinder, of all these dating sites, what are all these other dating apps, like these easy dating, Instagram, all these other things. Like, it's easy to get a girl now because if these girls put themselves out there and they look, they pose in provocative ways and they look easy. So the men are like, especially with Tinder. I've never been on Tinder. I don't know how that works. Or there's another one, but anyway. So it's easier now to get a girl. They don't have to. There's not this whole chase that happens. They can just get the girl, do her, say thank you so very much, go home, and then the next day do the same thing again with a different girl. Or even if they do like a girl, even if a man does like a woman or a lady or a girl, what have you, it's just this whole, there's a lot of looking and, talking to his friends and not actually approaching the girl. And even if they do approach the girl and the girl happens to reject them and say, they're just like, they walk away with their tails between their legs. It's like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You are a man, be a dominant man. And I've talked to some guys about this, and they're just like, you know, they give up so easily, and I don't get it. Men are weak, absolutely weak. And I didn't even know what to do about it, because I grew up in a very African household. African men are very, and even African men now, or black men, they're very overly confident, and they are very aggressive when it comes to women, and they don't really take no for an answer. So I grew up in that kind of a tradition where men are the head of household, men make the most money, men are you know, you just can't tell a man what to do, and you can't make men are not weak, men are very strong. They're very much the whole stereotypical, I hate the word stereotypical, because that just like kind of dilutes the whole thing, but like, they're just very much the men of history, and it's not the case anymore. Where are the men? And there are women who celebrate this, who love that men have been castrated, both, I mean, mentally and emotionally and socially. They've been castrated, and I hate it. I hate this. I hate seeing men I hate seeing men with, you know, I hate seeing men assuming feminine roles. I hate seeing men being stay-at-home moms. I hate seeing men being soccer dads. Like, you know, they're not at work. They're just like, it's the same thing I just said, the stay-at-home moms. They're stay-at-home moms now. They're not making money anymore. They're taking money from women now. They're asking women for money. They're not going on, they're just not being the aggressor anymore. They're not being forward. They're not being, it's, I don't even know. It's insane to me. It's just really, really insane. And it makes me weep, and I can't even imagine what our future is going to look like when it comes to men. And men, can we even call them men anymore in the future? I mean, the pronouns are gone, or they're going away. I don't know. I really don't know. I hate this. I hate seeing what's going on in our society when it comes to masculinity. I love history. I'm a student of history. Excuse me. And I just believe that the roles are necessary. There are female roles and there are male roles. And the male roles of history, I feel, are right. But at the same time, I feel like, you know, women, our roles are within ourselves are very powerful. And they're very much needed, and they're very necessary. But they don't have to equal with a man. And this is not saying getting into the whole equal pay thing and the whole, like, what's another issue that, you know, the whole voting thing, whatever. But I guess the pay thing is like the hugest thing right now. This is not to say that. I'm just saying we, within ourselves as women, of course I'm a black woman, so it's a whole different thing from, you know, white women, Hispanic women, Asian women, blah, blah, blah. But still, as the whole, the sense of being just a woman and just what that role entails is so powerful. Why is it that we have to emasculate and castrate men? Why? We within our roles are just so powerful. And I feel like within society, it's just like this whole competition, like I have to be better than a man, I have to attain what men attain, and I have to become a man. And women are losing their femininity. And that's a whole nother video. But anyway, I just think that it's a catastrophe, and it's just gonna become, it's getting worse and worse and worse and worse now. Anyway, I just had to say that because it was just like, oh, men are weak and I can't deal with how men just don't fight anymore. There's no more fight left in them. It's just, everything is just too easy now. It's just too easy. It's too easily accessible. Everything's easily accessible now for them. And even if it's not easily accessible, they just become this puppy dog, and it's just like, I mean, we've all known that men have been, you know, they need to be taken care of, they need to be nurtured. I was just reading an article with Rihanna. She's like, I won't cater to a man's ego. And I was like, case in point there. Like, anyway, blah blah. Blah blah blah. I'm just gonna jump off my soapbox now. But yeah, I just think men are so weak. They're so weak. So anyway, if you have any thoughts, comments, please let me write them down below. Negative, positive, I don't care. I like them all. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in another video. And I hope you love the coloring of this video. I've been playing. I hope it looks somewhere in the realm of HD, because my camera is not HD at all. I need to get a new camera, but I'm trying to fix it so it looks, you know, like the videos of today and not 2007. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in another video.